People pleasing is an addiction. And I know this because I am a recovering people pleaser. This is going to hurt a little bit, but you need to hear this. People pleasing comes from years and years of feeling like you're unworthy and you have to work harder and harder just to get some sort of outside validation. When in reality, that outside validation really isn't going to do much for you because it's all about self-validation, right? But here's the deal, guys. Let's be very honest with each other at the end of the day. Why do we become people pleasers? What are we searching for? What are we afraid of? Because why are we constantly sacrificing ourselves for other people's wealth, other people's happiness, other people's content, healing, potential, magic, whatever? It's because we're so afraid of being abandoned by them that they won't think that we're good enough for them to stick around. Or maybe it's because we're afraid that they won't think we're a good person. Because maybe growing up, we never felt like we were good enough for someone. Or we were told they weren't good enough for something. Or your parents didn't show up for you. Or your grandparents didn't show up for you. And you were left alone to kind of emotionally carry this baggage. And every single time you wanted some sort of validation from your parents, you felt like you had to go above and beyond. You had to do even more. You had to sacrifice more of yourself. You had to work even harder to keep the peace around you by being at war with yourself, because that's what's going on. You're betraying yourself in order for the people around you to like you, accept you, validate you, and to make you feel like you're worth it and you're a good person. When in reality, they don't even matter. Why? Because most of the time, people who are people pleasers hang on to people that are not even on your level at all. They're like literally not even on your level because we don't have standards yet. If we don't have standards, most of the time, the people that are going to be in our world are going to be mediocre people or low standards people who are low effort and are not going to put any time or effort into cultivating a relationship with you. Why? Because they're not even cultivating a relationship with themselves. So you're expecting something from them they can't provide for you because they don't have it. That's like going to the supermarket and expecting there to be a cheeseburger for you, but the place is a vegan supermarket. They don't have it. They can't give it to you. And so it's about coming back to yourself and realizing that you're worthy of everything and anything you could ever possibly want in this lifetime as you are right now and not settling for less. Because why would you want that at the end of the day? If you ask yourself at the end of the day, what are you so afraid of? Well, I'm afraid they won't like me. Well, do you even like you? Do you like you? How can you constantly want people to like you when maybe you don't like yourself yet? You can't expect somebody to like you or love you if you don't love you. Like, you can't expect people to see your potential if you don't see your potential, because all you're ever doing is worrying about the world outside of you because you're healing your abandonment wounds or your rejection wounds or whatever. Here's the thing about traumatic experiences as children. It's never your fault. It was never your fault. It was never your fault. Okay? But as we grow and evolve, it is our responsibility to do something about it. And the one thing you can do for yourself more than anything else is allow yourself to close the freaking door and move the frick on. You're allowed to. It does not make you a bad person because you now have standards. It does not make you a bad person because you now start to see your own potential. It is not bad of you to no longer allow bad behavior. But what is self-betrayal is constantly making rational excuses or rationalizing people's bad behavior because, oh, their parents didn't hug them enough or they didn't love them enough and da-da-da-da. No. Because you grew up like that too, many of us. And you know how deeply it hurts. And so you will sacrifice yourself for the people that you love around you in order for them to never feel that way, despite it causing self-betrayal, right? So ask yourself this: what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of being alone? Why are you afraid of being alone? Don't you love your own company? Don't you think you're fucking awesome? I think you're awesome. I think you're amazing. I think you're incredible. God, your angels, Archangel Michael thinks you're freaking awesome. And we want you to see what we see. How do you expect other people to see your light if you do not see your light yet? And it all starts with you. It has to start with you. Now, if you know me, you know I'm not going to just rip you apart and rip you to shreds and not give you some tools to move forward. So if you truly want to come back to yourself and put yourself first, you first have to become valuable to yourself and value yourself and put value into yourself, investing in yourself. Investing in yourself is going to look different for everybody, whether it's taking a new class, getting your hair done, meditating, eating healthy, journaling, becoming so self-aware. And the first thing that has to happen though for every single person across the board is you really need to evaluate how you talk to yourself, because words are spells. And if you are abusing yourself, you need to catch yourself and change that now. You are abusing yourself. That is what's happening. You are telling yourself you're not enough. You're telling yourself you need to do more. You need to do this, all of that. That is emotional abuse. You are literally emotionally abusing yourself. So you need to be radically accountable and change that now. No tomorrow, no the next day, because here's the thing, tomorrow will never come. It will always be tomorrow. No more excuses. And try is a dirty freaking word. Because try, when you say try, it literally means that at some point in the future, you already know you're going to give up. So just do it. Because here's the thing, fear doesn't go anywhere. Fear does not go anywhere. Fear does not go anywhere. It's about being brave and courageous and not allowing fear to stop you. I'm going to tell you a story. When I was about 21 years old, I went to Jamaica with my first boyfriend. It was like a big deal. And we went on one of those rum cruises. And when we were there, it went to like this like bar on top of a cliff, right? And you go up this ladder. You jump off the boat and you go up this ladder. And at the top, you take a shot and you jump off. I knew that if I didn't just go up there immediately, take my shot and jump, as opposed to staying up there and socializing with everybody, I wasn't going to do it. And I was terrified. I am terrified of heights, guys. But I wasn't going to miss out on this opportunity. I'm in Jamaica for the first time. I'm 21. I had looked hot as hell. Like, you should have seen me. Like, and it was in the moment. The fear didn't go anywhere. I just didn't let it control me. So yes, people pleasing is an absolute addiction, because you're addicted to the outside validation that you did not receive as a child. So you have to start giving yourself the validation. And that's where the self-talk comes in. And this is where you stop emotionally abusing yourself. And every time you say something not nice about yourself, you better catch yourself and you better change it and tell yourself how freaking awesome you are, because you are. And I love you. And the angels love you, and God loves you. That's it.